This is the Dole Edge, and this is our final episode of season 1. Neither of us know why we decided to watch Pride and Prejudice, but we're gonna do that. We're watching the TV, whatever the frick one.
The A&E version with Colin Firth and Jennifer Ely. Okay, I picked this version though, and the reason I picked this version is because I've seen, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 different versions of it now, including 2 of them.
There's 5 or 6 different versions?
Well, and I've also seen 2 play adaptations, one of which was a musical, and it was atrocious. It was awful. So I've seen a lot of these. I've also read the book a couple of times, and I have opinions.
Okay.
I do. I have opinions.
She narrowed it down. She was like, this one doesn't have characters in it, this one doesn't have this in it, and whatever, and she's like, so this is the best one.
This is by far the best one.
Yeah.
Not perfect, but pretty dang close.
And so far it's been freaking funny. I did, in my other podcasts, Heidi did it, and she was like, this is so annoying. All of this is annoying. It's all whatever. And I was like, this sounds amazing. It just sounds like drama that's garbage.
That's
and
exactly
that's right.
What it is.
That's my stuff. Drama that's nothing. And yeah, so I've been...
Yeah, drama. That's what it is.
Yep.
Regency era drama.
Yeah.
For sure. And my opinion is that Lizzie's actually the villain. I think
Which one's Lizzie?
Lizzie's the one that's in love with Mr. Darcy. Yeah, she's the main character.
She's in love with Mr. Darcy?
Is she? Or isn't she? She might be. It's a love-hate relationship.
Ew.
Anyway, I don't like Lizzie. She is literally on my top 3 least favorite characters of all time. She's the worst.
Of all time. Of all the characters.
Of all time. Right up there with Mary Jane. I don't like Mary Jane either. And I don't like Elizabeth Swann. I apparently just hate
Those
Elizabeth.
are your top 3 hated?
Yes.
Of all characters, not like of women or of any, like they're the top 3.
I guess they're all on the same level. Like they all tie for 3rd probably. But I really don't like any of them. I feel like in all of their stories they're the villain. And I feel like Elizabeth Bennet is the villain in this story because she is useless. She's useless.
Dude, I feel like she just, anytime someone's coming to interact, she already is swinging. Like,
yeah, like
she's just mean. Like, she's mentally prepared that she came in saying you're fat and ugly, and she's swinging, ready to be like, let me tell you the reasons why you're fat and ugly.
Yeah.
Like,
she's mean, she's ungrateful, and like the book is called Pride and Prejudice because Darcy's supposed to be one and Lizzie's supposed to be the other one. But frankly, I think Lizzie is both. She's both proud and prejudiced.
And say by the time when they go to see his house in the last episode, he seems like a chill dude. Yeah. And she just seems, like a double wiener. Where you're
I think the funny thing is throughout the entire story, Mr. Darcy doesn't ever really change. Like, he has a moment where he goes, oh, all right, cool, and that's it. Yeah. Like, other than that, like, he's still the exact same dude that he was. And the other problem I have with this is, like, the whole... So we're past... So Bobby's already seen the marriage proposal scene.
Yes.
By the way, she's Bobby, I'm Shay. We didn't say that high. Anyway...
Yeah.
Welcome to the Dole Edge.
Welcome to the Dole Edge. I don't even know if I said that at the beginning. Did I?
No, I don't know either.
Welcome to the Dole Edge. I'm Bobby.
I'm Shay.
Here we are.
Whatever. So Bobby's already seen the marriage proposal scene. And, like, Darcy's like, how can you expect me to be happy about marrying into a family that's so much poorer than mine? And that's, like, a real social issue. That's, like, a really big deal.
Yeah.
Because he is... He's a lord. Like, he owns.
He gets $3,000 a year.
I know, it's a lot.
No, I think it's $5,000 a year.
He's 10. He's 10.
Oh, he's 10?
And Bingley's 5.
Oh.
Yes. So he's double the rich of Bingley, right?
Oh my gosh.
But, like, he is a landlord. He owns all of these properties, and hundreds of people, literally hundreds of people in Derbyshire, depend on him for their livelihoods. So, like, he can't just be, like, on the dance floor every night partying it up. Like, he has to be a sober, well-thought person. And then... his dad died when he was relatively young. I mean, 19, 20 in there.
Right.
And he was immediately given the care of his younger sister, who was like 10 at the time.
Yeah.
And so he's now dad.
Yep.
And, like, he has to take care of her and make sure she gets a good marriage, right?
Yeah, since he doesn't marry that dude.
Right, not marry that dude. And then,
I can't keep track of the men either.
It's okay.
Yes.
Now he's taking care of Bingley also and guiding Bingley into society.
Is that the guy?
The curly-haired guy,
That's not, Wickham?
Wickham is the jerk friend that tried to marry his little sister.
Which one is Bingley, then?
Bingley is his best friend with the 2 sisters. Come on, you got this.
Bro.
Bro.
I love watching these old, like, Downton Abbey, this sort of stuff, whatever, and I can't keep track of who anyone is. I can't do it.
We need to give you
I
a clipboard and
freaking-
have you hold the clipboard of all the family trees
If
out.
they could wear the same color each time I saw them, I'd be like, oh, that's the one.
All right.
Oh my
I'll
frick, or
color code them
something.
for you.
So,
No.
wait. So,
Okay.
but Bingley is the one that was like, I'm gonna marry you, one of the sisters.
The older sister,
And
yeah,
then
Jane.
he was like, psych, this one's got 3,000 books, see ya. Right?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Wickham was the one that chased after Mary King.
No. Wickham was the one that was like, I like you. And then he was like, you get the frick out of here. And he was like, I guess I will. And then shoved off.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. Yeah, but Bingley was going to marry the older sister, but then like his two sisters, Caroline and
Are those two weirdos?
the ones that are like
That
the
are all
time.
like pish posh and has the
Yes, and the
flower-
feather, yeah,
feather,
okay, yeah,
whatever.
So
Oh
they
my
are his
gosh.
sisters, and they really don't like the Bennets because the Bennets are poor, and that's
That's
the
the only
greatest
reason?
sin of all is to be
Those
poor.
gross poor
Right.
people. Have you
But-
seen the new Charlie and Chocolate Factory?
Oh yes,
Where he's like, poor.
that was so fun.
Oh my gosh.
That movie was great. You
Anyways.
should watch that movie. Anyway, no, but yeah. So where was I talking about?
I don't-
Caroline and Mrs. Hurst. They don't like the Bennets because they're poor.
Yeah.
And then like that's what Darcy was saying though. He was like, "Do you want me to be excited about marrying into a poor family? I'm gonna literally like."
Did he bring
be
that up,
half
or
my
did
wealth."
she bring that up?
No, he brought it up. He brought it up.
So
And
he's like, hey, will you
it was
marry me even
connections.
though you're poor and that's
Yeah.
going to be a ding to me?
Yeah, pretty much. But the thing is that it is. Like, can you
No, it
imagine?
is, but
like,
why
can
would
you
you bring it
imagine?
up?
For somebody in his estate,
Yeah.
you need to marry wealthy because
Right.
your lands and your house and
Right.
everything depend on it.
No, you got to
gotta
combo the
combine-
money and like,
yeah,
you got to do
otherwise,
that whole thing.
You got problems. So like Mr. Darcy in falling in love with Elizabeth is like committing a class crime
Yeah, but why
like,
did you bring
it's-
it up?
because
Like, I
he's
know,
trying
like,
to
he can,
explain
no,
to
but
her.
like mentally, okay, yeah, this is a ding, but I'm gonna do it. And then you go, will you marry me? And then if she goes, but I'm poor, and you'll go, I know, but
yeah.
I still like you.
Well, he brought it up because she had said no. So he proposed all properly first, and then she's like, no. And he's like,
Excuse
were
you?
Were you expecting me to be excited about marrying somebody poor? Like for realsies, I'm here telling you how much I love you and how much I'm willing to sacrifice for you, and you're like, no, because she's Elizabeth Bennet. And who is she? She can't sing, she can't play, she can't sew, she can't do anything.
It's because the other sister got the playing and the singing.
well, she's not very good at it. But like,
That's why she got the not ugly, because the other one's prettier than
okay.
the other one.
But like Lizzie said that she was educated at home, but then she also said that her mother didn't really attend to her education. So not only is she
So she's
poor,
just wandering around.
She's
lucky,
stupid.
so she's just lucky she's pretty.
Yeah, that's it. That is
Wow.
her one redeeming trait, which, by the way, doesn't last. Like, it doesn't last.
She no.
I'm saying it. Like, just, come on. Like, her one trait that
But she goes
has.
on walks all the time.
And she goes on walks and runs. Oh, look at her. Like, she's fantastic. And she can stomp through the mud. Such a great thing to do. Did you see her petticoat? Half thick in mud. I mean, come on. Like, seriously? This is it. And you can dance, apparently, and then be really snotty on the dance floor about it, and then judge everybody. Like she's some moral superior here. She's the villain.
Maybe
like,
she's just...
if you met her, like, if you brought this forward in time and, like,
Yeah.
put her in high school,
Yeah.
that would be the chick that you would hate. You'd
Oh,
be
yeah?
like, oh, have you heard that Elizabeth Bennet? She's so rude.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, like,
Gross.
some dude rolls up in a Ferrari and he's like, hey, you want to go for a ride? And she's like, no. like, you look at this girl and you'd be like, are you dumb? Are you like, what is wrong with you?
Why wouldn't you ride in the Ferrari?
She's the worst. Elizabeth Bennet is the worst.
What the freak?
She's the worst. And like her like 2.5, you're gonna see her like 2.5 second redemption arc is like dumb. I'm like I'm so not on board with Elizabeth Bennet.
Insufficient funds, is that what you're saying?
Yes.
This
That
is her big
exactly what
moment,
I'm
and they're
saying.
like, oh,
Anyway, okay, alright. So
Hey.
and that's why she's a villain. I only care about my own dang happiness. Nobody else matters. She's a villain.
kind of.
That's exactly what a villain does, isn't it? That's exactly what they say. I don't care about anybody else but myself. And
I
what
guess.
I want.
But to
Like,
me, in
no,
this, I'm like,
just-
I would say the same thing. I'd be like, you're not married, now I am. And if I like him, I like him.
No,
I
but
see your
she's-
whole background, where you're
Right.
like, no, the whole background makes sense, But I'd still be like, you can F off. If we decide to do this.
But she's not doing... What about what's best for Darcy? Like, what about what's
he
best for
chose
Darcy?
her. If he didn't want it, then he should have chosen another one.
He's being selfish. She's being selfish.
Well,
There's both
then
of them are
he
being
should have
selfish.
picked somebody else. He made the choice.
I suppose, but she's like, I don't care what anybody thinks or does. I don't care about his family.
Yeah, but
I
he's
don't
not
care
like
about his
seducing him in.
No.
He's not like, hey, I saw you make $10,000 a year. Scoop him in.
It's true.
Whatever. I see what you're saying, but I'm still like, he chose her, and after she was all like, get the frick out of here, you freaking... And then he was like, you want to get married? And she's like... And then he was like, one more time, and then she's like, oh, my sister is freaking... And he's like, ooh, okay, well, I'm gonna deal with that real quick. So no, I don't agree she's a straight up villain. I see what you're saying where she needs to think about other people, but I'm like...
She just is gonna go through life ruining everything.
No, she's just living. She's being lived upon, and she's swinging.
There's like some self advocacy. Like that's fine. Like you gotta like at some point you kind of gotta look at everybody and go, well, get on board or get off. I don't, it's up to you, man.
She's not the worst sister.
No, she's not. She's not the worst.
She's not the worst.
But she's definitely like in the lineup for sure.
Well, no,
like,
between the five, she's sitting right in the middle.
Okay, fair.
That's it.
Fair. But at the same time, it's like it matters though. Like,
oh, it does. It
like,
does. But
he
chose, and she did not suck him in here. She did not trick him into it.
So Mr. Bennett's hitting all. There you go.
Oh,
Pride and Prejudice.
Thank you. Any last words for them?
Do you have any last questions?
No.
Okay, I'm still. Lizzie is the villain. She's the villain. Get on board with me. She's the worst. That's it. That's all I've got.
See, and I'm like, she didn't do any. I feel like she just was lived upon.
She's evil.
I don't know. Let us know in the comments if she's evil or not. Which side do you want?
Also tell us your other Jane Austens that you like or dislike and why. Just out of curiosity.
Oh my gosh.
That's what I think.
I'm scared because I know if Damien and Ovid see it, they're going to talk about Emma.
Oh, well, that'll be interesting.
Because they've seen all 80 of them or whatever they picked there.
Why did they pick that one?
I don't know.
Oh, interesting. Anyway,
I've never seen it.
There you go. Thanks for listening and watching.
Yeah. Thanks
guys.
Okay, bye.
Bye.